Hi everybody, my name is Glenn Hening. Some of you may know me personally, some of you may know me by reputation. It is my honor to be here today speaking to you for a few minutes, thanks to Jess Ponting, because today is a milestone in the history of surfing. Today's the birth of the surf industry. Today, indeed, the surf industry gets going. And that is, in a way, to say that what we've seen as the surf industry up to now really hasn't been the surf industry. It's the clothing business with a really good hook. And that's one of the reasons we started the Surfrider Foundation back in 1984, because we wanted to create a voice that wasn't about commerce, that wasn't about competition. We wanted to create a voice that was about community. And to do so, we thought that the highest calling to which we could address ourselves would be to get as many people surfing as possible. And even though it was really crowded at the time, we figured, well, here's what we'll do. We'll build surfing parks. Indeed, surfing parks are represented in the original founding documents of Surfrider, and those documents were in part a response to brainstorming we did in 1984 at the Olympic Games. And this is what I'd like to talk to you about today. Why are you guys doing this? Now, I understand return on investment. I understand capital outlays. I understand you're going to need investors. I understand surfing parks aren't going to be cheap. Okay, but at the same time, I would hold that you want to build surfing parks so that surfing can get into the Olympic Games. You want to address a higher calling in all of this. You want to think about Duke Kahanamoku. You want to think about surfing's basically, our father was an Olympic athlete. And to me, along with just what a wonderful thing it is to be a surfer in the first place, that's the frame of reference you want to have. Now, you're all surfers and you all understand what it is to ride really good waves, and you're trying to offer that experience to as many people as possible, even if they're 1,000 miles from the beach. And that's a beautiful idea, to try and share the wonders of riding waves with as many people as possible. At the same time, you want to make sure that you've got that higher calling in mind. And I look forward to seeing what Fernando is going to be saying later on today. But indeed, I would have to support his participation in this whole process from the angle of getting surfing into the Olympics, because indeed, when we were brainstorming Surfrider, we were sitting in the LA Coliseum on an afternoon in 1984, imagining surfing as an Olympic sport, imagining putting a wave machine in the tunnel at one end of the stadium and having guys ride waves all the way around the track, or taking a wave machine and putting it inside an arena, just as if you were running a gymnastics event. And there's a certain higher calling involved there. The idea of being noble, the idea of being universal. The Olympics weren't created out of profit motive. And of course, there's any number of changes over the years that have changed that reality for the Olympics. But what you're doing today and what you're going to be doing in the near future, I would urge you to consider the idea of the spirit of aloha in terms of giving as much as you can when it comes to the wonders of riding waves, and trying to avoid the profit motive and the corporate ethics that in the past turned the surf industry, such as it was, into something that I don't know was all that good for the world of riding waves. What you're going to be doing is a wonderful thing, and you have all my support. I know that any number of people in the audience, Sean Thompson, PT, Bruce McFarland, Tom Lochtefeld, all you guys have, I think, the right ideas at heart. And I certainly hope that you can avoid some of the temptations here to turn this into just a business, and indeed retain a sense of wonder for what a blessing it is to be able to ride waves. Thank you very much for your time. All best wishes to you today. The surf's pretty flat, so it's a good day to be doing something wonderful for the future of riding waves. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.